Oh, what's up, Tim? How you doing?
Will?
You want to sit down?
Yeah, sure, man.
Where's Juan at?
Bro, he's always late, I swear, to everything. Man, look at the time, bro. When is he ever gonna show up? Oh, God.
What does he have in mind today? Like, what are we gonna talk
I
about?
have no idea, but he said it was important.
Oh, speak of the devil, here he is.
Sorry, I know you guys. I was at a meeting for an investor for this new film that I want to make. The guy never showed up. That's why I texted y'all real quick about meeting up to talk about I don't know. I wanted to run some ideas with you guys about the new film I want to make.
Okay.
Especially because I know you two are experts in, first of all, you Tim, expert in expressionist film, you Will in Heimat film, and me more or less with the new German cinema.
Yep.
And so I want to kind of I wanted to bounce ideas off each other to see if we can't come up with an idea for this new film. I wanted to see which genre of film fit best for the Lawrence community.
Yeah.
I wanted to make this movie about the students, their experiences, what they've gone through, and our films tend to have a little bit of everything that could represent students. So tell me why you think that your film might be the best for this project.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'll go first. Because Heimat films are definitely very beautiful and all in the nature, and of course everyone loves dogs too, and that's a big thing. That's a big thing that people love.
That's true.
So dogs are always utilized in Heimat films and nature, and there's a sense of loving your home and just being comfortable in your home, like the way the Germans say, Gemütlichkeit, which is beautiful. It's a nice word. It's it makes you feel warm, and that's a big aspect of Heimat films that I really enjoy.
I feel like expressionism is the best. Just think about it. Through expressionism, you can show all the real fears, anxieties, and stresses we have here as students.
But how?
But we can do it through our sets. We can do it through the makeup and the overacting, because everything's over the top. It's just unrealistic, and a bunch of the times, especially as students here, we get so caught up in our busy workloads that we don't notice that sometimes we're neglecting ourselves and other people. And until it's presented to us in such an unrealistic way that you can't ignore it anymore, then we can truly face these problems and move forward. And that's exactly what expressionism can do. I think it has to be expressionism.
All right, that's a good point. But I don't know. I feel like if we look at Fassbinder and more new German cinemas, there's definitely ways to, I guess, portray that long sense of we're up late doing homework. There's so much to do. There's this claustrophobia, which I guess also plays a bit into expressionism.
Perfectly.
Yeah, I guess. But more specifically, closed spaces. It's tighter. Narrow hallways. God, look at Kohler, for example. Kohler's a perfect example of where to shoot. And you also got stairways. You got the entire porch stairs, and Fassbinder loves his stair shots.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I just want to go back to Heimat film one more time and just kind of talk about it, because there's one spot that I didn't really talk much about. I read this article recently by Schliphake, and it kind of talked about how everyone thinks the stereotypical Heimat film, there's nothing underneath. And this article was talking about a famous German film called Sissy, and how there's actually an underlaying dimension to it about identity and relation to the queer community. This being said too, I see that a lot with all of us, just trying to find our identity, and there's that feeling of I want to go to my homeland, but right now I'm away. So a lot of us are away from our homes, and we miss our homes, and so it's that longing for your home and identity. Even though I'm 15 minutes away from campus, I still miss my home. I still miss my dogs. Yeah. So.
But I think that's just too easy.
Well, if we want to talk about identity, Simmel in his article talks about how the sleepwalker in the cabinet of Dr. Caligari represents soldiers who have come back from the war with mental scars. And it's able to represent these people through a much deeper meaning. And that's something that would help us as students, as we can represent real problems that we're facing through these characters and how they overact to give it more meaning.
That's a good point. But hold on, I want to get back to like Heimat. I think it's too. It's definitely a little too like beautiful scenery, too much, too cutesy, and unfortunately, that's what I think that's really why New German Cinema came about, was to do away with these films that don't really have any intellectual meaning behind them. Yeah, I know. I bet you're insulted a bit, but like, I mean, let's be honest. That's it. That's why German cinema came about. Like, think about the Oberhausen Manifesto. Like, these new short film artists that wanted something more, that felt like a Heimat film didn't provide enough intellectual capacity. There wasn't anything intellectual about it. It was more, dare I say, escapist films. Probably not the right
Don't
term.
say that word.
Yeah, I know some people who don't really like that. But nonetheless, like, I think that to be able to represent the intellect that is Lawrence, the students, their efforts, their intellect, I feel like New German Cinema would be perfect for this.
Yeah, I mean, you took some shots at Heimat films, and I don't know about that, but like, you have to look deeper and you got to think into it, and that's when you really will see like the bones of Heimat films, because in a sense, Head On, the film by Fatina Keen, is a Heimat film, and if you guys have seen that film, it's very different. It's about two Turkish people who are living in Germany, and they're somewhat stuck in between two cultures, or they know one culture but they're living within another culture, and it's that like complicated situation that is why I think Heimat films are really interesting. And I know there's some kitsch, but you know, sometimes you gotta have a little kitsch to make it more important.
And kind of talking about the New German Cinema, you talk about this intellectual aspects, but sometimes I feel like it would affect us negatively because as students here, it's so hard to even just complete our 4 years here. And then with the Brechtian elements that are so prominent in New German Cinema, you never have that happy ending. You think, oh look, it's about to be a happy ending, but there's always that thing that you know it's not. I feel like for especially the time we're in, where everything's so difficult for us, a happy ending would be nice. I think it'd really be helpful right now.
Yeah, especially for a senior, I guess.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, listening to all this makes me think, what if we do a film that has all three of those?
Wait, hold up. You're talking about mixing all three of these forms.
I mean, why not, right? You got the expressionist, mise en scène that, encompasses the anxieties and the fears that we as students face.
Mm-hmm.
We got Heimat to show that, there are conflicts about identity
Mm-hmm.
at Lawrence. Whether you feel at home or not, you're just in a different place.
Yep.
And then New German Cinema, with the type of infrastructure that we have here, to be able to show these like this claustrophobic anxiety.
Yep.
With students being crammed with homework, with projects, with they just feel so busy all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what I'm thinking, hear me out, a black and white film with a lot of zigzaggy lines, just what expressionism
That
is.
claustrophobic feeling.
That claustrophobic feeling.
Anxiety.
Well, more anxiety than claustrophobic. Mine would be claustrophobic with, cinematic shooting, and then coupled with animals, Heimat,
Obviously.
and more importantly, a sense of identity, or the process of finding an identity, which, it's a hell of a project. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I came in here thinking expressionism was the only way to go. I'll be honest, y'all sold me. I think this could work. It's gonna be hard. It might be a little crazy, but
Definitely be a little crazy.
I think we can do it.
You know what else we need to add too? We definitely need to have some humor too, because you know the Germans love their humor.
I mean, yeah. But
All the humor.
do they? All right. I appreciate you guys. Actually, I think it's a good time that we're ending this because yeah, I got a meeting.
Me too.
You too?
Yep.
All right, man. I appreciate you guys.
I think that shit was beautiful.
That's fun.
That was fun.
All right. Appreciate it. See you guys.
Yeah.